Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We now welcome you to a very special evening of live Jai-Alai in the Magic City. Tonight we offer you Magic City Jai-Alai's first ever doubles duel, a non-wagering all-doubles event featuring 5 of our top teams playing in both a round-robin and head-to-head games, which will culminate in a 15-point matchup with $2,000 going to the winner. We know many of you are new to Jai-Alai, and we're pleased to have you join in with our growing fan base who tune in and comment every week, Thursdays through Sundays here on the Jai-Alai channel. I'm Stu Nyman. I'm partnered with Andrew Blackman, and we'll provide play-by-play and expert analysis, well, at least what we think is expert analysis. If it helps, you can think of us as the Jai-Alai guy and the sports guy. We're joined this evening by Scott Savin, our Chief Operating Officer, which means that I will have to be on my best behavior this evening. And with that, Andrew, how are you?
Stu, great to be here. As you said, the first ever doubles duel we got going on here. Been a while since we've played doubles action, and I know that we've talked about it a lot during our regular Jai-Alai season here. We both love doubles play. Should be a fast, fun, exciting evening here, and we got 5 really good teams to showcase that for you here, and we'll get right into it. We'll rattle off the teams for you. We got Kubala in Tennessee playing. We got Anderluck and Jedden, Bueno and Bradley, Legend with Ron, and then Carballo and Ben. So those are going to be the 5 teams competing. There's going to be 3 rounds, the format for this evening. That first round you talked about, going to be round-robin style. It's going to be a knockout round. Basically how it's going to work, we're going to have those 5 teams competing for 4 spots in these semifinal matches. The teams are going to be in post 1 through 5, so we're going to begin play with post 1, playing post 2. The red team, post 1, that's their color. Blue will be post 2 there. We'll begin play with that. The winner of that matchup will get 1 point, and then they'll play post 3. We will continue to rotate in order with the winner staying on and then also controlling the serve. And then the losing team goes to the end of that rotation. All matchups there in that knockout round will be worth 1 point. And the first team that reaches 7 points will get the number 1 seed. They'll be that number 1 qualifying team for the semifinal round. Then the next team to reach 7 will be the second seed, and so on. The team that fails to reach 7 points, well, unfortunately, they will be eliminated there from the doubles duel. And then from there, we're going to go into that semifinal round. The number 1 seed, that's going to be that first qualifying team, the first team to reach 7 points. We'll play the number 4 seed. That's the last team that reached this semifinal round, getting to 7 points there. And then the second matchup will be the second seed against the third seed. The second qualifier against a third qualifier. Those semifinal rounds will be 11-point partidos, and then the winning teams of those semifinal matches will play a 15-point partido there to close it out. So we got a lot of Jai-Alai in store for you there, and should be a really,
people who are just tuning in, and we know we have some fans who are with us regularly. Welcome. But we also have some new fans tuned in, and so you're going to hear a lot of explanation that many of you know, some of you don't. And I know some of what you just heard was confusing as all hell.
Yeah.
But,
yes.
But it was well stated, and we're going to explain it as we go.
Yes, we will explain it here, and we wanted to just get you that information quickly here because we also have a little fantasy component, interactive component for you all at home. The website to play is fantasyjai-alai.com. You can sign up. You make an account if you do not already have one. You're going to manage your lineup there. After you create an account, you're going to manage your lineup. It's going to be for week 13. You're going to see a button that says Set My Team Lineup. You're going to click on that lineup. You'll see a little pull-down tab. You're going to go to doubles teams. You're going to select one of the 5 doubles teams there. So again, those options there. You had Kubala in Tennessee, Anderluck and Jedden, Bueno and Bradley, Legend and Ron, and then Carballo and Ben. You're going to choose one of those 5 teams, whichever one you think is going to take home this doubles duel title tonight. And then also after that, you're going to go to the chat section after you submit your team and make a prediction, a final score for that 15-point partido. So it's going to be 15 to 10, 15 to 8, 15 to 14, whatever you think the final score of that 15-point partido will be. If you get the winner right and you get the exact score of that partido, you have your chance at $250. Here we're giving away tonight. If you're the only person to get the winner and the exact score, you're going to take home that $250. If there's a tie, we're going to do a live drawing after the performance here to get it to one lucky winner. So one person is going to take home $250. The website again for you at home is fantasyjai-alai.com. You have until 8 o'clock to make your selections to get your team in, and we're giving you till the end of the knockout round. So probably an extra 30 minutes or so there to make your score predictions for the final game. So you got to get your teams in by 8, but you got a little extra time to get those score predictions in.
So, we do play Jai-Alai here at Magic City. That's what we do.
Yes.
They do other things at Magic City. I don't know what they are, but I hear they're very popular. But obviously on a day-to-day basis, so when you check in with us on Thursdays through Sundays, it's pari-mutuel wagering. You're betting trifectas, you're betting quinellas, you're betting... We're not doing any of that tonight. We are exclusively featuring Jai-Alai. And one thing that those of you who tune in with us fairly regularly notice that our doubles teams are largely handicapped. We have a very good player with a weaker player. And that's not the case tonight.
No.
That's definitely not the case tonight. We have strong teams across the board. We have fair teams across the board. Before anybody asks, because someone may ask out there's a few faces who you haven't seen, who we won't be seeing tonight, who you would expect to see.
Yeah.
They just didn't get that medical clearance in time to get back here tonight. But you know what? The matchups the way they are tonight, I think there's incredible balance in the front court and the back court. We're going to see Anderluck rather, up in the front court, Carballo in the front court. These guys are usually handicapped by putting them in the back. We're going to see them up front. We're going to see some absolutely fantastic stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be great here tonight. So I know we ran through that format for this evening quickly, and there's a lot of terminology.
No, you really did it brilliantly.
No, it was a good rundown, but as you said, there are a lot of people that are maybe joining us for the first time wondering what a rotational system, what a partido is. So we're going to give you a more in-depth breakdown of that. We just wanted to give you a quick explanation so you can get those picks in for your fantasy here. So again, 3 rounds is going to be the format here tonight. We're starting with that knockout round. We're going to have those 5 teams are in this doubles duel. They're going to be competing for 4 spots. And maybe, Stu, you can explain a little more as the Jai-Alai guy how that rotational system works with these 5 teams.
So when we talk about a round robin, basically what you want to see is a group of people that are going to come out in order. And conveniently, they're going to be wearing numbers on the front of their shirt, which is a post position. Right. So that makes it easy to follow. So 1 is going to play 2. That's a matchup. Yeah. Then the winner of that point is going to stay on the court and serve to 3. And then the winner of that point is going to stay on the court and serve to 4. That's how we're going to go through, and it's the first person to reach 7 points, straight points. Now, throwing a little twist here.
Yes.
When we do our traditional Jai-Alai, we double points after the first round. Don't even have to worry about that tonight.
Nope. Everything's worth 1 point.
Everything is worth 1 point. So that actually simplifies things a bit. So that's what we talk about when we talk about that round robin, and that's just till we get to the 2 partidos. We call them partidos. What's a partido? Partido is a matchup between 2 teams. That's it. Yep. So we're going to start off with a number of teams. One of those teams is unfortunately going to be eliminated. And then we move to matchups between just 2 teams playing to first 11 points. And then when we get to the grand final, to 15 points. I mean, this is a fantastic Jai-Alai format. Scott, who came up with this Jai-Alai format? Just out of curiosity.
I don't know, Stu. Someone had a dream one night.
A dream?
A dream. It just came to them. No, we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. It's a little bit of a different format. We're always shaking things up, and I know Andrew's going to go back and tell the people about the fantasy Jai-Alai. I'm going to even simplify it even more. Jai-Alai, Jai-Alai. For those of you who may not even know how to spell it, Jai.
Not Jalali.
All right, Jai-Alai, Jai-Alai, fantasy Jai-Alai. Let's talk quickly, and I'll kick it back to you guys about who they're going to watch play tonight. Who are these 10 guys? So quickly, we got, and I'm going to give you my snapshot of them, and then Stu and Andrew will put their thoughts in as well. So the first team we've got Kubala and Tennessee. Who are they? Well, I call them the good guys because they're the 2 nicest guys on our roster. Kubala likes to hear Disney songs. Tennessee
likes to sing Disney songs.
And knows all the words.
Every word.
Tennessee has a couple kids, and I assume he knows all the words to most of the Disney songs too. But what's a little bit about their background? Well, Kubala had to make a choice between becoming a professional golfer and a Jai-Alai player, and he chose Jai-Alai. Tennessee was on the University of Miami championship baseball team, and then he knocked around in the minor leagues for 8 to 10 years, minor league baseball. And now he's found his way to a Jai-Alai court. So you have a golfer who made a decision to take up Jai-Alai, who was an amateur Jai-Alai player all his life, I believe.
14 years.
14 years of amateur. And a former professional baseball player who was drafted, who knocked around the minor leagues, played minor league baseball, played independent league baseball. That's Kubala in Tennessee. Anderluck and Jedin. Well, I call them the odd couple. They're odd. Yes. They both played football. Anderluck was a running back. Jedin, a defensive back at the University of Miami. Then he went on to the Indianapolis Colts, and he has a Super Bowl ring. But these two are Felix and Oscar of the highlight court. So we put them together to have some fun. We'll see what happens. These guys would both of them go through a brick wall to win a point in highlight, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch the two of them out there. Then we've got Bueno and Bradley. Well, or Bradley and Bueno. I'll call them Fire and Ice. Bradley, the hardest thrower we have on the team, a high hurdler, also University of Miami. And Bueno, son of one of the best highlight players of all time, Benny Bueno, but a very chill guy, laid back. So you put these two together, a fireballer in the backcourt, and someone who's just a natural front courter, but very chill. That's the team of Bueno and Bradley. Next up, Legend and Ron. Well, Ron may not like this, but I'll call them the old pros. You got Kenny Kelly, Legend, former quarterback, University of Miami, when they were in the Big East, led the Big East in passing. Played 11 years of Major League Baseball for the Reds and the Rays. And then Ron, who Stu knows more about his background than I do, but he's a professional highlight player.
From the Philippines.
Comes from the Philippines, plays highlight, much younger, I believe, than Legend.
Yes.
But you have Kenny Kelly, Legend, as I said, who's the oldest player out here tonight, or he or Tennessee.
44. One's 40, one's 41. I
Okay,
I don't
right
have
there.
it in front of me, but there.
And Legend's got to live by his wits, because not as young as the other guys, doesn't throw as hard as the other guys, but he's paired up with an incredible guy in the backcourt.
And just coming off of a significant knee injury, and boy, has he come back terrific from that, huh?
Yeah, significant knee injury, major operation, rehabbed, back playing, about a month?
Yes.
So that's our fourth team. And finally, you have Carballo and Ben. I'll refer to Carballo and Ben as the showman and the grinder. You got very distinctive styles of play. Carballo, drafted by the White Sox organization, quick hands, great athlete, incredible agility, but he puts on a show out there.
Yes, he does.
He is sort of on the Harlem Globetrotters track. And then you've got Ben in the backcourt, former University of Miami tight end, but he's a grinder. Ben is blue-collar grinder, grinds out every point. So you got kind of some razzle-dazzle in the front court and a solid anchor in the backcourt. And I think that's a fairly good portrayal of the five teams we got tonight.
There's no question about it. And with Ben, one thing that I'll point out is that, people who pay attention to the show will sometimes hear Ben and I go back and forth, even though he doesn't have a microphone. The truth of the matter is, I know of very few people on this roster who practice more than Ben, who work harder than Ben on his own. He's even snuck in here when I had no idea that he was supposed to be out here. I was walking in to do paperwork, and, the highlight ball has a very distinct sound. Obviously, those of you who follow us know that we're on a non-traditional court. This is something we refer to as short court highlight. We're about 120 feet here. If you've heard of highlight elsewhere, you're talking about 176 feet, 178 feet, a little bit longer than that. This goes very fast here. But it has a distinct sound. So when you walk in and do paperwork and you hear thud, 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 it's like, who could be here right now? And it's Ben by himself on the court working his ass off.
Couple things. As Stu said, the short court highlight, 120 feet. It's a faster game of highlight than you see traditionally at the other courts. This ball, sometimes people refer to it as a rubber ball. I will tell you there's nothing rubber about this ball.
You get this vein in the side of your head. I don't know if you ever noticed that whenever you read rubber ball, this vein starts protruding and it's like, no, we don't say rubber. Because it's not, well, one, it's not rubber. It's hard plastic. I mean, think hockey puck. Would you want to get hit in the head with a hockey puck? Nope. That's why they wear helmets.
Yeah, and that's all they get, because they don't have pads like football. They don't have pads like hockey players. They don't have pads like a lot of the other sports. They basically have a cesta strapped to their arm and a hockey helmet on their heads, so God forbid, they don't get injured if they unfortunately were to get hit in the head. That's it, and they've got a ball traveling 150 miles an hour. And they have to think about this, guys. Imagine you baseball players, if you had to catch the ball in your glove, and then you couldn't transfer it to your throwing hand, you then had to throw it with your glove from left field to second base. That's basically what they have to do, except they have to catch it in a wicker basket and then somehow wind up, control it, and throw it back to the front wall.
A wicker basket. I'm sorry.
And I'll point out, 9 of these 10 guys, as you said, Ron with a little bit of professional experience, 9 of these 10 guys have been playing for 3 years or less, have been trained absolutely from scratch there. So,
and it's something that we explain, especially if you're new to this, is that when you have a grandparent or you have a parent who talked about, when we used to go to Florida, we would see highlight and it was great. Whatever happened to that? Well, it highlight gotten a bit quiet these last 10, 15, 20 years. Sure. But it's very much back. So, and it's back here at Magic City. It's back here. It's back strong. These guys love it. They've trained from scratch to do what you're going to see them do tonight. And one of the best things about this program, some folks who in the beginning were like, nah, this isn't going to work and whatever. No, what they say is watching these guys develop has been one of the most exciting parts of this program. And they're absolutely right about that. And the last thing I'll point out is that when you do look at traditional highlight elsewhere, most people do not come to professional ranks of highlight with less than 3 to 5 years of amateur experience and training. And only then at the top.
Yep.
These guys, that's all they've got, period.
Right. One quick thing, and then we'll let Andrew do another quick talk about the fantasy, because we do have a fantasy component tonight, and it's not too late for you to jump in and sign up real quick. Andrew will run through that, but I want everyone to understand. We told these 10 guys, we selected which 10 guys were going to play tonight, and we said, hey guys, we're going to have a tournament Saturday night, and you're going to practice Thursday and Friday. They thought this was for fun. They said, let's go. They came out here, practice on Thursday, ready to play Saturday night, because that's what they do. They play highlight. And then I told them, I said, oh, and by the way, it's going to be a $2,000 winner take all. They're like, wow, we just thought we were coming out here to play for fun. This is awesome. So, I mean, that's the kind of guys you have on this roster. They'll give up a Thursday, a Friday, and a Saturday night, which would have been a week off, to come play a tournament that they thought was going to be for free.
No question about it.
Yeah, and as you said here, we'll give you another reminder of that interactive component for you all at home. We do play fantasy in our regularly scheduled week here, but for this special exhibition doubles duel, we're using that same website. You're going to go to fantasyhighlight.com, and for those of you that may not know the spelling there of highlight, Jaialai, fantasyhighlight.com there. You're going to make an account if you do not already have one. You're going to set your lineup. It's for week 13. Don't be confused there. Just set your team lineup. Shouldn't have to worry about it. You select one doubles team out of the 5 pairings that Scott so beautifully there introduced for us. You're going to choose one of them. And also, after you submit that team, you're going to go to the chat section and predict a final score for a 15-point partido, which will be the final here. It's going to be 15 points partido style, as you said. You just get 1 point. It's 2 teams competing back and forth there. And if you get both the exact score right and the winning team, you have your shot at $250 here tonight. It's free to play, so your shot at $250 there, but you have to get both the winning team and the exact score right. So I know a couple people there, I see how many entries are in there, doesn't quite match the number of score predictions we have in the chat there, so you have a couple more minutes to get those teams in, and we'll give you till the end of the knockout round to make those score predictions there for that final 15-point partido. If you don't have a prediction up in there, it's good picking, but you're not going to be eligible for that $250, and if we have a tie there, if we have multiple people with the same score, same exact team, we will draw to just one winner at the end, so one person will take home $250.
We got about 8 or 9 minutes until we're going to kick this off, and the first round will be a little bit different. The partidos, as Stu and Andrew were saying, are really like tennis matches. They're doubles matches in tennis, where the 2 teams are playing against each other, and the first team to get 11 points will win. But quickly, I'm going to put Stu and Andrew a little bit on the spot here, because we have a lot of new viewers, and hopefully they're going in and picking a winner. Guys, who do you think is going to win this whole thing tonight? And I'll go first, so you guys can have a second. Not that you haven't been thinking about it. I've gone back and forth on this. And I think it's going to boil down to Ron and Legend versus Carballo and Ben. And I'm going to go with Ben and Carballo. And maybe, Ron has a little bit more experience, but Carballo is just so explosive out there and so athletic. And Ben is a rock in the backcourt. So for those people that are listening that, think maybe we know something, maybe we don't. But for what it's worth, Ben and Carballo for me. Andrew?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Jed and Anderluck. And I did an interview with them, and you can check it out there on the Highlight channel as well yesterday. And just after speaking with them, you could tell how competitive both of those guys were, how much they really wanted it. And they didn't even know there was, at that point, they knew there was going to be a little money on the line. But they said, look, we just want to go out there. They want to get better. 2 guys that have been here from the start, that 3 years ago when we started this program. And at the end of the day, I think front court play is really going to be the difference. You don't have that much experience in the front court here at Magic City. A lot of the guys that are maybe those feature guys tend to play in the back. So I think it's really going to come down to it. And Anderluck he's such a fireball thrower there from the back. Excited to see what he can do in the front, and I think that's going to be the difference there at the end of the day.
Well, of course, you saved me for the end, the one person who consistently says, I never like to choose, because I always get it wrong, but I've been getting it wrong for close to 30 years. So again, which is why I've never placed a bet on highlight. Yes, it is true, I've never done that. If Anderluck and Jedden are able to relax and communicate, tough team to beat.
Yeah.
Ron with Legend. Scrappy player in the front, difficult in the back. Carballo, explosive in the front. One of the things that you guys both know about me and that everybody knows about me, if you listen to it, is that Carballo gives a lot of points away if he's not focusing. He and I had about a 10-minute conversation earlier. He promised me he was just going to focus on doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do. So, because I have been told that I have to come up with someone who I think is going to do it, I'm going to go with Carballo and Ben.
Yeah,
I'm going to go with Carballo and Ben.
Interesting. And listen, I'll tell you, these are 5 very evenly matched teams.
Yes.
You know, I mean, nobody picked Kubala and Tennessee, and they could win this thing. Absolutely could. But that's what we think is going to make it fun. We're glad people are tuning in to watch this. In the first round, as we said, one team will be knocked out. It's this rotational style, which if you're not familiar with highlight, you'll pick up as we go. If you win the point, you stay on the court. If you lose, you come off and you go to the back of the line, and Stu and Andrew will be describing all the action as we go. And then we'll be down to 4 teams, and from there, we call them partidos, but it's basically like doubles in tennis. We're going to have 2 semifinals and a finals.
We have an important highlight question. Who are Felix and Oscar?
Felix and Oscar. Not Ara, who's our player manager. Who are Felix and Oscar? For those of you that are, I guess, much younger than... Ara must be much younger than me. Felix and Oscar are Felix Unger and Oscar Madison of the famed Odd Couple show on television, stage, and screen. And that's who I equate.
No. Don't let him pull that on you. Age-wise, you're the same. What he was doing was throwing a rock-hard ball in the Basque Country, because this is Juan Ramon Arrasate, or Ara, sometimes the first as he was known. Star of Miami High Life for many years, one of the best singles players, in my opinion, of all time. I've known him since I was 18 years old. Absolutely. So no, the only reason why he doesn't know is because it wasn't syndicated in Lucatio. That's the only reason why he doesn't know what it is.
Well, hopefully most of our listeners know who Felix and Oscar are. And if you want to take a flyer on a team, and it's like Andrew said, they have to communicate. And Andrew Luck's going to have to fire it from the front and make a lot of winning shots. Jedden will have to be solid in the backcourt. But it's going to be a great, great night of highlight. I think everyone should sit back, relax. Maybe relax on the edge of your seats when we get to the partidos, because in the first round, I think it's going to be a little more cautious play.
Yeah.
When we get to the partidos, it'll amp up. And I think as we move forward, Stu and Andrew will explain all that.
Yeah, it's going to be cool because you're going to get the full perspective here. You're going to see this, rotational style here, and then you're going to get the partido, which we haven't seen here in 2020. I know at the end of a couple of the performances there last year, there was some doubles partidos, but this is the first time we've seen doubles in a while, and especially not doubles like this. So it's going to be a fast, fun night. As Scott said, strap in, but certainly on the edge of your seat, because these guys will definitely make some plays that'll get you up on your feet.
And for those of you who are new to highlight, don't worry. We're going to explain it in probably ad nauseum type of detail. The lines on the floor that you see, basically the ball has to stay within those lines. There's a serve that's going to have to land between the 4 and the 7 line. The ball has to be caught on the fly or the first bounce. There's a number of things that actually may sound a little bit complicated, but are actually very easy. Highlight is extremely easy to pick up if you give it if you've never seen it before. First of all, welcome. And we hope you'll continue to join us after tonight's special event. But if you haven't seen it before, you can pick this up easily in about 10 minutes and just watching, and we'll fill you in.
And they'll use some terms from time to time that you may be unfamiliar with if you're a new viewer. There's one term that you're going to hear fairly constantly throughout the night, which is rebote. And I'll let Stu quickly explain, because you'll hear that all night long.
Rebote, the rebound play. So the ball is always thrown forward. You're going to see they're always throwing it forward. They can carom it off of the side wall, but it's always thrown forward. When it passes both players and it hits the back wall, the actual back wall in the tradition of highlight is called the rebote. But the verb form of that is when the ball comes off of the back wall, has to be caught and thrown in one motion. They can't stop. They can stop when they catch. They can stop when they catch, when it shows some control. But when the ball is coming off the back wall, it has to be caught and thrown in one motion.
So you will hear that term along with many, many others tonight, but Stu and Andrew will be equating those to terms we're all familiar with in sports, a lot of terms that are fairly similar to tennis, if we had to draw, one comparison. But again, in tennis, I've never seen the ball travel 150 miles an hour, and I would much rather get hit with a tennis ball than with
definitely.
a highlight ball or pelota, as it's called.
11 times out of 10. And guys, you have just one more minute here to get your teams submitted for this fantasy exhibition doubles duel here. You're going to have a couple more minutes. Right when that first serve goes off, we will lock the lineups. But you have until the end of the knockout round to make your prediction for that final score of the final game there, so you can maybe change it based on how these teams are going. But you're going to have until the end of the knockout round to get those score predictions in. But we are going to close those entries here in about 30 seconds, so a couple more seconds here to get those final picks in.
Yeah, and we play Fantasy Highlight every week here, so hopefully you'll get in and you'll play this sort of simplified version tonight. But then we'll talk later in the evening about how you can play every week, Thursday through Sunday, our live highlight program. I think you're going to like what you see tonight, and you're going to want to come back. It's Fantasy Highlight every week. It's free. There's cash prizes now, so it's a lot of fun. I guess in a minute or so, we're going to start this extravaganza. So I'm going to sit back and enjoy the high life while I listen to Stu and Andrew.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to begin tonight's doubles duel. That's the best way to refer it. Doubles duel. It's funny. I normally say the same thing repetitively over and over every game, and when I don't have to say it, I almost don't know what to say how to start a game.
This is going to be different, but it's going to be fun. A lot more conversation, a lot more analytical during it. It's going to be a real two-man booth here tonight.
No question about it. So this serve is going to begin is this the elimination round? Remember, I'm a little confused.
Round.
This is the knockout round. Okay, I'm gonna go to you for these things.
Yeah. So again, how it's going to work here for this round? We have 5 teams in this doubles duel. 4 of them are going to make it to the semifinals here. First team to reach 7 is going to be the first qualifier. The team that fails to reach 7 points will be eliminated from the doubles duel.
Serving in the red shirts, post 1, we have Kubala and Tennessee. Receiving in the blue, post 2, Anderluck and Jedin. Kubala serves. We begin. Jedin from the forehand. Here's Tennessee at the 13 line. Anderluck midcourt. Tennessee from the forehand at the 12 line. Anderluck from the 8 line on the left side. Low and hard. It scores. Point 2.
Yeah, one of the things that we were looking at here is Kubala's a natural backcourter, and he's making that transition to the front here, and that's one of the things that we're going to look at. You see there first time around, tipped it a little bit there. We'll see how he comes back here in the rotation.
White shirts at post 3 are now receiving. We have Bueno in the front court, Bragley in the back court. That's what Bueno does. Bueno picks that serve. Jedin was ready for it. Put it right back. Bragley with that big right side coming in from the 13 line. Anderluck. Powerful forehand. Hard to the inside. Bragley's there. Anderluck from the left side. Anderluck, important to notice, a natural lefty with an incredible right side. For those of you who have not seen this before, Highlight's predominantly played, well, it's exclusively played on the right side.
Right, so he's got to convert to the right side there.
Exactly, and he has got for a left-handed player, he has got a beautiful for him.
Fires it.
Green shirts at post 4, we have Legend and Ron receiving. Ron throws it low and hard, and it scores. That's what Ron does. Big left side, low and hard. Keep it away from the front quarter, throw it to the feet of the back quarter. Point 4. Carballo takes the serve. Tejada scores. What does Tejada mean? The drop shot, the soft play, changeup. He caught it, threw it soft, it scores. 0.5. And we're going to get the scoreboard caught up because guess what? We're experimenting with a new scoreboard here. And Andrew does about 20 things at once, and this is one of them. So we're going to get the score caught up here. And another thing, ladies and gentlemen, points do not double. Carballo and Ben now serve to the returning one post, Kubala and Tennessee. Tennessee from the forehand. Carballo from the left side. Hard throw to the inside from the left side. That scores. That's beautifully thrown by Carballo. This point goes to the 5. Back and ready to receive the blue at post 2, Anderluck and Jedin. That is an underserve. Ball must land between the 4 and 7 line on the serve. That fell short of the 4. This point goes to the 2. Anderluck now serves the returning 3 posts. We have Bueno and Bragley. Big, powerful backhand. Robote comes to the forehand of Anderluck. Catch on the forehand of Jedin. Jedin hard to the inside. Bragley with a reach makes the catch. That's tough. That ball crossed the sidewall at the 9 line. Came in right about head level for Jedin. Thought the Robote was going to come out to Anderluck. It didn't. That point goes to the 3. Back and ready to receive the green at post 4. We have Legend and Ron.
Yeah, just going to say that's the importance of communication there in doubles play. That one landed right between them.
Catch by Bueno. Bueno sends it deep. This Robote, the rebound play to the forehand. Legend did that beautifully. He saw Bueno lining up to throw that 2-all. That is a great 2-all Robote from Bragley. He makes the save. Legend from the front court. Hard throw. Caught on the forehand of Bragley. Ron, big right side. Ball tipped in the backcourt by Bragley. This point goes to the 4. That was some exceptional play that we just saw by Legend.
Now, Legend up there in the front court.
He saw that 2-ball coming. He moved right in position. Beautifully played. Red shirts at post 1 are back and ready to receive in this matchup. We have Kubala and Tennessee. Kubala picked that serve. Low reverse. Not much of a Robote, but Ron made it nicely. Big backhand by Kubala. Ron midcourt. Robote nice and inside. Fine forehand play by Tennessee. Here's Ron from the 7 line. Powerful backhand. Low, but Tennessee catches it on the left side. Good catch by Ron. Low and hard again. This one's tipped at the 11 line, point 4. This is what we've talked about. Ron's going to keep it low and hard on the left side. On this court, it's an extremely effective way to play. Keep it real close to the sidewall as well. Black shirts at post 5 are back and ready to receive. Carballo and Ben. That is the risk that you have when you go for that cortada type serve. It's not recommended, but players obviously going to do what they're going to do. That is an underserve. Ball must land between the 4 and 7 line. Loss of point. Carballo and Ben get that. Here's Anderluck and Jedin. Jedin moves in to make the catch. Hard throw. Difficult catch made there by Carballo. Anderluck, good catch on the left side. Powerful backhand. Here's Ben from the 11 line. Powerful ball. Robote coming way out. Anderluck turns it nicely from the left side. Carballo, powerful. That was such a tough catch. Jedin really had to go for that ball in the air. He had to catch that ball in the air. For those of you who know Jai-Alai, we don't have much of a chick-chack or chula here where the ball dies on the back wall, but it does occasionally happen. Jedin need to go for that in the air on that one. Big backhand by Bragley. This Robote coming way out. Carballo. Nice throw. Bueno. It's a 2-all. Carballo cuts out, makes the catch. Beautiful throw by Carballo. Will score point 5. Carballo is now serving to the red shirts of post 1, Kubala and Tennessee. Tennessee from the forehand at the 12 line. Big right side. Catch in the air by Ben. Big backhand. Ball caught on the forehand of Tennessee, deep in the backcourt. Carballo reaching out on the forehand. Cortada. Kubala's there. Robote left side, fired to the inside by Carballo. Carballo. That's a beautiful throw. Kubala called for the rebote, kept it inside. Carballo winds up. That's a split placement, ladies and gentlemen. Beautifully thrown by Carballo, but Tennessee was there. Tennessee's forehand made enough contact with the side wall to make it a very tricky catch there for Carballo. It worked. Point one.
And surprisingly, they're the first points for that team of Kubala and Tennessee. Finally on the board. Tennessee happy about that here. But two guys that are really consistent in their catching. See if they can get on a little bit of a run.
Low and hard serve, crossing the sidewall nicely like you want on a double serve. Good catch by Tennessee at the 11 line. Here's Ron on the forehand. Beautiful throw. Throws it at the feet of the backcourter, which is what you want to do. That's a soft rebote. Good catch by Tennessee at the 11 line. Scoop by Ron. Tennessee from the 11 line on the backhand. Low and hard. Clipped it off the side wall. Kubala from the front court. Very nice. That's a backhanded 2-all, not a traditional shot. We do see quite a bit of that here at Magic City. The guys know when they throw it, it turns my stomach. But look, if it scores, right? So that scored. Point goes to the 1. Returning, ready to receive, Anderluck and Jedden.
And we'll see how the 2 team here, the Blue Shirts, come back out. Communication issues sent them off the court the first 2 times there. See if they can adjust that.
Another hard serve by Kubala. Jedden from the forehand. Sends it nice and deep right to the left side of Tennessee, who makes another great catch. That one got away. Tennessee, when he went for that, he never stopped the ball in his cesta. You catch the ball, you stop it and control it, and then you throw it back. When you move it too fast, it escaped. Or what they say is escapa. And it escaped into the overhead screen. White shirts at post 3 are receiving. We have Bueno and Bragley. There's that serve by Anderluck. Bueno going for it. Bueno wants to go for that serve in the front court. You want to get it and try to kill it, but you got to make sure you catch the ball. Point 2.
Yeah, Bueno got a lot of experience up there. He plays up in the front court in our regular performances there, but that one just slipped out of the cesta.
Anderluck serving. Anderluck's got the best serve on the roster, period.
Fires it.
He just the best serve. He's showing a lot of control right now.
And you'll definitely see more of that, too, in the partidos when you can get an over and under serve if he makes it.
This ball is tipped by Anderluck on the left side. That was a powerful throw by Ben. And again, in highlight, you want to keep, we call it reverse, but when they throw on the left side, you want to keep it on the inside. This is a possible game point now for Carballo and Ben. Ron on the catch. That Chulad, but he dug it out. Ron on the forehand again. Long Cortada. Gets by Ben and scores. That is well thrown. Cortada's thrown from the backcourt. Dangerous shot. You got to thread the needle with that. Yeah. You don't want to be a front court with that ball coming in at egg level. But no more possible game point. Now it's Legend Ron serving to the red shirts at post 1, Kubala in Tennessee.
And Ron, that Cortada, too, for a guy of his stature, just rips it.
What a serve we just saw by Legend. That was just beautiful. That was just beautiful. Very nice. Bueno and Bragley back to receive. We'll see if Bueno decides to go for this serve again. There's a Cortada serve. Bragley read that beautifully and stopped that. That's all you have to do. A Cortada serve, there's no trick to it. If the backcourt is there, and the backcourt is there. Ron from the forehand. Low and hard to the inside. Bragley with a tip ball at the 12 line. Just tipped it. That gets us to a possible game point here for the green shirts of post 4, Legend and Ron, trying to stop them, Anderluck and Jedden. Jedden on the catch. Big backhand, clipped the sidewall, not much of a rebote. Ron's there. That's all Jedden. He knew it. He hung in there. He made a nice play. Here's Ron. He goes deep. Rebote coming way out. Difficult forehand rebote. Anderluck hung in there nicely to make that play. Good catch by Anderluck in the front court. There's the carom. Somehow or other,
Great
that
stop.
ball got stopped on the left side of Legend. Legend's been doing a great job with that tonight. Oh, that the number one seed going into the partidos is going to be Legend and Ron, who just played absolutely beautifully.
So now they're Legend and Ron are the number one seed, number one qualifier there for the semifinal partidos. So they are out. They have qualified already there. So we have Ben and Carballo now with possible game point. They have 6 points, and that'll be for that number 2 seed.
Nice forehand throw by Tennessee. Carballo midcourt on the forehand. Great throw. Tennessee was not going to be able to turn that rebote, so the second seed's going to go to Carballo and Ben. And while we update the scoreboard, we're going to continue to play, and again, the one who doesn't make it to 7 gets eliminated. So we have Bueno and Bragley serving to Anderluck and Jedden.
Yeah, these teams with 2, 4, and 2 points respectively here, so we got a couple more to decide who's going to be these final 2 qualifiers.
That's an overserve. Once again, the ball's got to land between the 4 and 7 line on the serve. That point goes to the 2. We'll get a chance to see Anderluck serve here again. Anderluck serving to the red shirts of Post 1, Kubala, and Tennessee. And right now, Jed needs to get his head clear. He doesn't like when things don't go well, like that ball that went by him the other time. Yeah. He needs to clear his head, get back out there. It's a great pickup on the forehand of Anderluck. What a powerful throw to the inside. I mean, that is Anderson's right side. That is the money. I mean, it's beautiful to watch.
Beautiful. And as you said, they're a natural left-handed player.
Possible game point for Anderluck and Jedden. Bragley from the forehand. Big wind-up. Long cortada. Gonna go off the side of Jedden Sesta. That was coming in hard, and it scores. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Point 3. Bueno serves to Kubala in Tennessee. Tennessee from the forehand. Good catch by Bueno. He goes deep. Taken on the forehand of Tennessee. Good catch by Bueno. Powerful backhand. This rebote is coming out on the inside. The closer it is to the side wall, the more difficult it is to return. Bragley, on the other hand, reached up with the right side onto the side wall to make a great catch. Kubala was flirting with the overhead screen there, but he kept it away. Nice rebote by Bueno. Here's Tennessee from the 11 line. Good catch by Bragley. Big right side. Powerful right side. Tennessee with a beautiful catch on the backhand.
You know, sometimes
what a catch by Tennessee, and you know he meant that because he slammed that foot in the sidewall to make sure he held on to it. That's a great effort. That ball was in there, just a little too close to the sidewall for comfort. Point goes to the 3. Returning with possible, I don't know, are we calling it possible game point? Well, it's possible point. Is Anderluck and Jedden.
Possible third
qualifying point. There we go, the Bass guy for the win. That was beautiful. Very nice. That ball escaped from the forehand of Jedden, went to the overhead screen. That's point 3. Possible qualifying point is what we're calling that, according to Juan Ramon Arasate, the player manager.
Makes a lot of sense.
That's right. That's the Bass guy who said it. Here's Tennessee from the forehand. Good catch on the forehand of Tennessee. He comes over the top. Bueno showing good communication. He lets that pass to his backcourt. Kubala moving cross court to make the catch on the left side. More good communication, but that is a difficult rebote to throw from the floor. He did it. Change up. Dejada Bueno got a cesta on it, but that point goes to the 1. That was excellent thinking by Kubala. He took a quick picture without holding it to see where the opponents were, and he threw the ball where the opponent's not, which is what we tell him to do. Back with a possible qualifying point is Anderluck and Jedden. That is an underserve, so the 2 qualifies. Anderluck and Jedden qualifies. Ladies and gentlemen, we're down to the final 2, so the final 2 means that whoever loses, we're not a possible game point, though.
The team that fails to reach 7 points here will not make it out of this knockout round here. So Bueno and Bradley there with 5 points. They have 2 more to reach 7 there. Kubala and Tennessee, they have 3 points, as you see on the scoreboard there. So Bueno and Bradley, their magic number is 2 to qualify. Kubala and Tennessee, they're going to need 4 points out of these next 6.
So it's like a mini tournament we got going on
right now.
A
little mini partido. You get a
mini
taste of
partido
it.
that we going on right now.
But one team with a slight advantage here.
Tennessee moves all the way up to make that catch. He was going for Cortada, but it wasn't. Bueno went for the scoop instead of letting it pass to his back quarter. Judgment call. Bad judgment in that one. Point 1. He was in the moment.
Yeah, and I think that's one of these things.
In the moment.
Maybe he's not used to having a guy like Bradley there in the backcourt to be so dependable, and maybe
he was absolutely in the moment. Here's the serve by Kubala. Bradley on the forehand. Good placement to the front wall. Tennessee makes a good catch. Bueno. Wall to wall, kept it away from the overhead screen. That's almost a home run. Just some nice placement to keep that ball in play by Kubala. Kubala for the rebote. Again on the left side. Going for a split placement, but Bueno was there. My God. Boy, oh boy, is that a perfect, I'm going to say it the way it's called, Costado 2-all. We'll explain it next week or something, but that's what you just saw. Possible final qualifier point.
For Bueno and Bradley here.
I'm still impressed with the 2-all.
That 2-all left you speechless.
Oh, it was fantastic. Big left side by Bueno. Split placement. Tennessee's there. Tennessee. Hard throw. Bradley comes up with the ball at the 13 line. Here's Kubala from the 7. Big backhand. What a catch by Tennessee. But he lost it and did not maintain control of the ball. Point goes to the 3. And that is the last team to qualify for the partidos that we have forthcoming.
So here we'll give you the qualifying order here. Legend and Ron, they reach 7 points first there. They get the number 1 seed heading into the semifinals. Number 2 seed, Ben and Carballo. 3rd seed, Anderluck and Jedden. And then the number 4 seed, Bueno and Bradley. So these semifinal matchups, we'll give them to you right now. The number 1 seed there, Legend and Ron, will be squaring off in an 11-point partido there against the team of Bueno and Bradley. That'll be one semifinal, and the other semi, Carballo and Ben versus Anderluck and Jedden. The 2 matchups are set there. I got to say, I mean, unfortunate that team of Kubala and Tennessee. They're 2 guys that are just so solid in catching there, and you saw they were trying to rally, just weren't able to pull it out there in the end. But sad to see one team go. 2 guys that we said they're 2 of the nicest guys on the roster. I'm sure they'll handle it, with the professional level of professionalism that they always do.
Oh, there's no question about that. No, there's absolutely no question. But, I mean, we saw some really wonderful examples of the communication that's absolutely necessary in doubles. We saw some examples of some miscommunication, which unfortunately will sometimes lead to a loss of point, which we also saw. However, we are now moving into some very intense games, actually.
Yeah, no, these are going to be a lot of fun.
So I need you to do me a favor, because as you know, I am old and slow, and you are a millennial who is fast. So could you please tell me the 1 and 4 seed are who is going to play who? Could you read that out again?
Yeah, so Legend and Ron are the number 1 seed there. They're going to be facing off in one semifinal against Bueno and Bradley. They are the number 4 qualifying team.
Okay.
And then the number 2 qualifier you had, Carballo and Ben, will be facing off against Anderluck and Jedden. They are the number 3 seed.
Anderluck. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am announcing and writing at the same time, and if you're wondering,
we're doing this.
My lips do move as I write. So.
And so the team of Kubala and Tennessee eliminated in that knockout round. We are down to the final four. 11-point partidos. And Stu, maybe this will be a good time while we have a couple minutes to explain maybe some of the differences in partido play compared to what you just saw.
So partido basically is a head-to-head matchup between two teams. We saw a rotation here, which is how most of our games work. We're going to see Legend and Ron play against Bueno and Bragley, and then we're going to see Carballo Ben play against Anderluck and Jedden, and that's going to be each one of those to 11 points. Now, for those of you who are familiar with partido play, we changed a little something. Why? Because we're Magic City and we change things from time to time. So when we originally talked to Scott about how partidos work, we explained that in partidos that there's a two-wall serve that is not allowed in traditional play, and that one over serve is allowed. And so one of the things that you're going to be seeing in these partidos, in fact, let me verify this just one moment. Scott, is it only the final partido that there's two serves, or it's both? But so that's how we're changing up the partido rules.
Yes.
Is that we're going with a little bit more of a tennis approach here. Is that you have two serves. So if it's an underserve or overserve in a partido here at Magic City, if it's an underserve or an overserve in a partido here at Magic City, you're going to get a second serve. Now what this adds is an element of danger.
Right. Absolutely.
It does. There's absolutely no other way to say it. This adds a certain element of danger, because you can throw that first ball 1,000 miles an hour and try to get it in the box, making it very difficult for the opposing front quarter to try to catch it. Also, if it doesn't land in, you're going to get a second serve, which will be a little bit more conservative, I imagine, So we're going to give these guys an opportunity to warm up. Single points. Points, of course, will not double after the first round of play. So that's another thing that we have going. Points will not double. Other than that, the rhythm is the same. For those of you who know highlight play, you know exactly what to expect. Except, of course, for that two-serve thing. And for those of you who are just joining us, you're not going to see any more than the 4 players playing to the first one to reach 11 points. We have just about 1 minute of practice here until these guys are going to start. And again, this is going to be played to 11 points. And out of this, we're going to get to the first finalist.
And as you said, we got a couple more minutes here till we get into that first game. A couple minutes to make those score predictions there. FantasyHighlight.com. The doubles teams are locked, but you still have a couple more minutes if you want to switch up your prediction for that final 15-point partido. And then again, FantasyHighlight.com there. You already have to have made your selection, but you can make any adjustments there. A couple more minutes till we get into that first partido.
So now if someone's looking for some prognostication, I wouldn't know how to call it, so I'm not even gonna try to do it. So we are ready to begin the first of our 2 semifinal partidos. This game is going to be played to 11 points. There are 2 serves. Now, breaking with highlight tradition, once again, it's important you know this. For those of you familiar with it, you're allowed an underserve or an overserve, and you do get a second serve. So there are 2 serves to 11 points. Apart from that, everything else that you've just watched is the same. Ball has to land between the 4 and 7 line on the serve. That's why those marks on the wall are white. And the ball has to be served from behind the 11 line. And obviously this went real quick. We told you highlights a fast sport. So for those of you who are just new to this, when you see the lines on the floor, if the ball lands inside of the line, it's good. If the ball touches the line or goes on the outside of the line, it is bad. And we are ready to begin. This is the first semifinal partido played to 11 points. Legend serves. There's the serve. This partido's underway. Bragley from the left side. Here's Ron at the 10 line. Bueno on the rebote. Beautifully played to the inside and just dropped by Ron on the left side. So the first point of this partido is going to go to the 3.
And an uncharacteristic drop there from Ron, but we saw last week here in singles play, Ron makes one drop, usually refocuses him for a while.
No question about it. That's one thing that we explain to players, is that if you can clear your mind point to point, that's what you want to do. If you can't, then you do it game to game. What a catch by Bragley. He just stuck his forehand up and he made that catch. Why doesn't he go for that on the left side? Just the way he's learned how to play. Is it a good thing? Not necessarily, but it works for him, so we let him go with it. Big left side by Bragley. Here's Ron. Reverse 2-all, picked out of the air by Bueno. Bueno throws a split placement from the forehand. We call that a split placement because it doesn't cut out straight. It just cuts out enough to go between the front quarter and the back quarter. The front quarter, as you see, serves and goes outside to protect against the 2-all. The back court covers the inside. If you can get it in between the two of them, it scores.
Yeah, it's a good job there. On that one, an underserve. First scenario here.
First serve, we have a second serve, so that is not a loss of point.
Yeah, just like in tennis, they get 2 serves.
Here's the second serve. Now, if he screws this up, that's a loss of point, which he didn't, because there it is. Here's Ron on the backhand. Big, powerful backhand. Taken in the air by Bragley. Nice, strong forehand by Bragley. Gets by Ron and scores. Bragley threw the crap out of that ball. Wow. Last, I think 2 years ago, we used to call that the Bragley Blast.
In honor of Paulie. Yeah,
in
that's
honor
what we
of
call
Paulie.
it.
No question about it. Look at the look on Bueno's face, though. Bueno's focused.
Now he's locked in, takes every
Low runner to the inside. Bragley with a great catch, a hard throw. Ron with a tip ball on the forehand. At this point, Ron needs to regroup. But no, you see it in his face. Fortunately, we have a clear back wall here, so you could see it in his face. He's frustrated, and he's not regrouping between points because he's missing balls that he doesn't normally miss. Not something you want to see. So now we have the 3 serving to the 4.
Yeah, maybe a good time you want to think about using a timeout, maybe to kill the momentum here. Ron certainly a little bit off here, but as we said, gets back on track quickly.
That's exactly it.
Right there.
What was it? It was the low runner to the inside.
That's
the low
his
runner
shot.
to the inside absolutely scored for him. Played beautifully. 0.4.
Yeah, and the lower it is, I mean, especially for Bradley there, when he has to crouch down and get low to make those catches, I think that's where he's a little more uncomfortable. So you're going to see Ron see him go to the well more for that little low one just above the pad.
You got a ball coming at you about like 80, 90, 100 miles an hour, however it is, and you're getting face level with it. That's a little crazy. Bueno, pick that serve. I mean, Legend really threw it. Now, Ron is way, way, way up front to make that rebote. Don't always like to see that, but if it works, it works. That was a good catch by Kenny. Kenny held on to that. Sorry, that's Legend. Rebote by Ron. There's a hard throw. What a great catch again by Bueno on the left side. Again, these are hard thrown balls. Bueno's doing a great job with that. Bragley. Big right side. Ball rule tip first time round. Point will go to the 3. And Bueno and Bragley are out ahead 5 points to Legend and Ron's 1.
Yeah, and they've got him off their game right now, Stu.
Oh, there's no question about it. Again, look at Ron. In the type of communication he's engaging in with Legend. That'll tell you everything you need to know about what's going on. Big left side by Ron. Rebote forehand by Bueno. Here's Ron. Big left side. Scoop, missed. Always want to try to take that ball in the air. Always want to move up. Again, most of these players are still in training. We train 4 months out of the year. Always catch the ball in the air if you can. Low percentage. There's just a lower percentage on the scoop. That point's going to go to the 4. Those scoops are exciting, I know that, and pretty, and everybody loves them, but when there's money on the line, catch it in the air. Here's Ron. Big backhand. Good catch by Bragley. He holds on to it. Ron from the 10 line. That's a cortada. That's a cortada from the backcourt that's going to score. Bueno probably should have gone in for that, but didn't know that Bragley was not moving in further to catch that. Point goes to the 4 again. Legend and Ron have 3 points to Bueno and Bragley's 5. Not going for that cortada serve, and I agree with that. And look at that backhand. Now,
way out.
Now you see, now the problem is you got a front quarter, or you got a back quarter that's there. That worked out for him, although,
Yeah, to say one interesting point.
I'm not a fan.
No.
I'm not a fan of seeing back quarters at the 3-line turn in rebotes, but it works.
It worked.
It works. It worked for him.
You got to see there, and they're going to use the timeout. I was going to say, it looks like Ron, in the level of conditioning in these partidos is interesting, because usually when you have that spectacular 7 scoring in our usual performances there, you stay on the court, you only play maybe 4, 5, 6 points, max in a row here. They've already played 9 straight. You can see him huffing and puffing out there. So we'll see, and obviously, it looks like maybe he hurt his knee a little bit trying to stretch it out there. But level of conditioning, you see,
we're talking about Legend right now.
We're talking about Ron as well.
Ron's got a thigh injury. He's got some pain in his thigh. We don't know if it's an injury. But he's coming off a knee injury, and of course, Legend's coming off of reconstructive ACL surgery.
Right. Yeah, and again, you get 1 timeout per team per these partidos. It's a 45-second timeout. The green team here, the 4 team, deciding to use it there. Ron back on the court here. I was going to say, you got Bradley, who's a hurdler at the University of Miami. Obviously, conditioning probably not going to be a concern for him. Bueno in great athletic shape, and Ron, a professional highlight player, as we said. The conditioning interesting, but he's back out there. Got a couple seconds to catch his breath, and we're back with some action here. 5-4 in favor of Bueno and Bradley.
Legend will serve that outside. Bragley rifling that forehand. Good catch by Ron. Beautiful play to the inside. That is just a spectacular catch by Bragley in the corner on the right side. This Rebote is coming out. Rebote, the rebound play. Played from left side to the inside. One-handed scoop by Ron. That ball was on the wall, and that was an even better scoop by Bragley. Rebote left side, 2-all. What a catch by Bueno. What a ballsy shot that was by Bueno. Wow. A scoop and a 2-all from the outside? Okay, we don't see a lot of that. No, we don't see a lot of that here. And when they do something wrong, I point it out. I get some complaints about it. When they do something right, that wasn't just right. That was excellent.
Terrific.
That was fantastic. Ron will step in, take it on the backhand. Powerful backhand. Take it on the forehand of Bragley. Scoop attempt missed. He didn't touch it, however. Makes a nice Rebote, the rebound play to the inside. Good catch by Ron. That's the reverse 2-all. That... Andrew, go ahead, take over.
Yeah, that reverse 2-all there. The low one off that sidewall, hits off the front wall, goes to the outside. That shot was introduced by Ron late in the season here last year when he came in using his shot perfectly. Now 6-5. Close game here, playing up to 11.
Thank you. There's a serve by Legend. There's another one. And that's why you don't do it, because he basically could have thrown that anywhere on the court, but instead what he decided to do is get cute. Where'd he throw it? Off the court. He literally took the ball and threw it off the court. That's why you don't do it. Thank you for illustrating. And he can't hear me through the glass. They can't hear me right now. Ron, stop that. Bueno serves. That's a nice backhand. Nice and close to the side wall. Big backhand by Bragley. Ron looking for some placement on that one. Bragley, another big right side of the inside. Legend going for it. Let it pass. Here's Bragley from the 11 line. Long carom. This carom does not open up. Carom. Sidewall play. You need to get it to hit into that sidewall and get it to cut out. That didn't. This point goes to the 4. So Legend and Ron have 6, serving to Bueno and Bragley, who have 7. Can't get closer than that.
No, and that might have been a big point for those guys, because that was Legend winning that point, and Ron appreciated it.
And you see Ron starting to show a little emotion. He doesn't really do that in the regular performance. Good to see out of him.
That's a beautiful placement. Big bounce. Bragley again. Bragley just these fantastic catches high on the forehand.
Oh, his athleticism is just crazy, Stu.
To the inside it goes. That's a good catch by Ron. Ron goes deep. On the side wall the whole way. That's beautifully played. Bueno just keeping it in play. Here's Ron. Bragley will take this in the air. Nice backhand off the side wall. That's a clipping of the side wall. Not great, but nice and hard. Excellent catch by Ron. Bragley from the forehand. Big right side, right up the middle. Here's Ron. The changeup, the Dejada. Okay, I'm not going to take anything away from that. Look, he saw one player to the outside. He saw one player in the back, and he went for it. I got no problem with that. No problem with that whatsoever. That's a Dejada, the drop shot. Yeah. No one was there to catch it. He missed.
I was like in tennis there when you see a guy that's playing behind the baseline and you just go for the drop shot. It was there for him, but that one just into the net, like in tennis there, into the top of the pad, and that pad always bad, Stu.
The pad is definitely bad. No question about it. Legend and Ron with 6, Bueno and Bragley with 8. Again, this game's being played to 11 points. Ron from the left side. Scoop attempt. I don't know if he was going for a scoop and decided not to go for it, but they talked about it afterwards, and that point goes to the 4, Legend and Ron. Legend Ron with 7, Bueno and Bragley with 8. That was a good serve by Legend. High scoop missed. He hangs in there to make the rebote. Here at Magic City, you can definitely do that. That is a fantastic, fantastic throw by Bragley. Fall down rebote on the left side of Ron. Bragley from the 12 line. Ron again choosing not to take it in the air. That was a mistake. Again, for those of you who know Jai-Alai, you really want to catch the ball in the air. Here at Magic City, though, most of the balls come out, so it's usually safe to let it pass. You get an opportunity
for the rebound.
You do, but that didn't come out the way that he thought it was going to come out. He lost the point. Ron from the left side, winding up. Rebote left side by Bueno. Bueno playing nice and conservative, but that's what he's got to do right now. That's a great catch by Bragley. Bragley got a great eye on that. Perfect positioning to score, point 3. Beautifully thrown, and that gets us to a possible partido point here for Bueno and Bragley. Legend and Ron with 7. Ball dropped, point 4.
That would be the equal of an unforced error in tennis.
Legend and Ron with 8, Bueno and Bragley with possible partido point. That's an overserve, but you're allowed one of those in these partidos. So why not go for it? He did.
Might as well. Gives the power here when they have their defending game point here. They need 3 in a row to take this partido.
Good catch by Bragley. Bragley, big right side to the corner. Rebote comes out. Rebote left side by Bueno. Nicely played. Ron on the forehand. Cortada beautifully thrown. Bragley knew it, moved up, went to catch it, wasn't able to catch it on the run, which is okay. That gives them another point. So that's Legend and Ron with 9. Bueno and Bragley still with possible partido point. Do you want it closer than this?
No, this is great. And you can see Ron definitely laboring a little bit out there. He is certainly tired. He slowed it down a little bit, focusing more on placement, and that's what's got him these past couple points here.
Good catch by Bragley. Hard throw, but it's right in the middle of the court, but it's tips. So that is point.
Wow.
And the first semifinal partido to the team of Bueno and Bragley. But kudos.
I'm going to take credit on my fire and ice guys.
There's some applause out here, and the people applauding are the other players. I love it.
That was a great game. First partido we've seen here in the 2020 season, and you got everything. almost had a partido point 10-10. That would have been something there. Great comeback from legend and Ron. But as we said, I mean, for Ron, a difficult format, one that he's maybe not used to playing these longer partidos and the conditioning. He asked Jedden and Anderluck in the interview yesterday, how big of a factor is it going to be to play an 11-point partido, then potentially a 15-point after playing a knockout round of 7 points. But you see there was a factor for that team. Bueno and Bradley didn't really seem to be out of breath at all. Both those guys just in great physical shape there, and they get the win, so it'll be exciting to see them in the finals. They've moved on.
Now, I am looking forward to this partido personally, just because what we have in the front court of both of these teams. So we have Carballo and Ben against Anderluck and Jedden. And the thing that I love to see with these two front courts is you have Carballo, who's got a strong right side, but he's got a beautiful left side. So costado is a throw. It's a throw from the shoulder. So you have a forehand, you have a backhand, you have a costado. And he throws it absolutely beautifully. Absolutely beautifully. Anderluck has one of the best forehands on this roster. And again, one of the many unique things about Anderluck in that regard is that he throws... He's a lefty.
Yep.
He's a lefty with a not just effective, not just strong right side, but a pretty right side. Yeah. We see unconventional form here. Again, these guys, believe it or not, are still in training. And so form is something that develops over the time. So some highlight traditionalists will look at this and say, that guy's form, like Bradley. Bradley's got unconventional form, but look at the way that he plays. Look at the efficacy of how he plays. So that's what you want.
Can't argue with the results there for that team.
Absolutely not.
Guys, I'm going to jump in real quick here. I feel like the sideline reporter. So I just spoke to Ron, and Kenny, and let me tell you, our guys are used to playing this rotational style game. They're not used to playing partidos. Ron is winded. Kenny's tired. Bueno and Bradley are in a lot better physical shape than those two guys, and it showed in that game. And it's a different style of play than we see here every day when we're in this rotation and you play a couple points and you go back to the bench. They battled for 20 points straight out there, and as Ron said to me, he goes, "I'm fine. I'm just tired."
Yes. No, there's absolutely no question. I personally am, and I think Scott knows this, I'm personally a fan of partido play. I think was it last year where I asked you to come in on a day off and I had something to show you, and you told me you were not a fan of surprises, but you came in. And
absolutely. But this program needed to be ready for partidos, and I think tonight we're seeing that the program's ready, and the doubles is just so exciting, Stu. I mean, and the two serves is great because, I can't wait. Look at this. You're going to have Carballo and Anderluck serving in this next game here. You thought the serves were good in the last game. You're going to see 100-mile-an-hour plus serves coming from both these guys.
I was going to say definitely going to be more of a difference in this game than maybe in that last game.
This is going to be a much more front court dominant game. Yeah. This is going to be, and so for folks who follow some traditional highlight, that front quarters tend to take charge. I think we have two very dominant front quarters. Now, you're not used to seeing Anderluck play in the front quarter.
Yeah. And Carballo as well. Both of these
because guys. That's one of the ways that we handicap the doubles here. Is because if they were in the front court the whole time and you had one of our other players who aren't quite as effective or strong or haven't been in the program as long, can you imagine serving against one of those guys?
Yeah.
It would be a problem. So they're handicapped by being put in the back. Now, but when we talk about weaknesses here, Anderluck's rebote is definitely not as good. Mm-hmm. And again, rebote, that rebound play that comes off the back wall. And as a front quarter, you need to have it's half of the game. Yeah. Especially here at Magic City, where everything comes out.
Yeah, and Carballo certainly maybe has more of a refined skill set for a natural front quarter, but Anderluck and Jedden, we talked about it in the interview as well when they joined me on the Highlight channel. They're just so competitive that every point is going to be a grind out there, and Anderluck doesn't have that much experience in the front, but he's going to get up there and like you said, he's going to play and they're going to get some points. This is going to be a really exciting partido, one that it could have easily been the finals here. Both of these two teams are just stacked there, and I said front court going to be the difference. You got two of the best guys that don't typically get to play there, so a treat here for all you doubles highlight fans.
And for those of you who follow us on a regular basis and know that I sometimes get on Carballo for giving away some points that he sometimes shouldn't give away. Look, he played conservative before, and if he does that again, don't get me wrong, I don't mind if he flips on his forehead and jumps into the screen and does backflips and whatever. That I don't have a problem with any of that, but I just want to see good control, and I know he's got control, and I know he can do that.
Because when he plays under control, it is night and day.
And there's some handshakes going on. We talked a lot about the front quarters. We talk about these back quarters too. Ben has just been another left-handed player who's just developed a really, really good backhand, an extremely powerful backhand, which is good. And Jedden, just one of the most competitive guys on this roster, competitive, thorough professional in everything he does. So this is an interesting semifinal. May have even liked to have seen this as a final, but this is a very interesting semifinal.
And again, here we're going to be going up to 11 points, same format as that previous game. Winner of this one will take on Bueno and Bradley in that 15-point final.
There's first serve. This partido's underway. Jedden from the forehand. Plays it high. Here's Carballo on the backhand. Beautiful backhand throw. That's an equally good catch by Jedden. Ben from the 11 line. Big backhand. Great catch by Jedden again on the left side. Carballo's got it. Pounds it back. This one's coming out to the rebote. Rebote forehand save by Anderluck. Carballo's got it. Back to the inside. Almost hit himself. This point goes to the 5. There's some good that's some good communication between Anderson and between Anderluck and Jedden. Got to get their communication straight.
And you saw that was an issue there in the knockout round as well with those rebotes, because Anderluck, as you said, has to actually work a little bit on that rebote, not his strong suit.
That ball coming in low and hard and scoring. 0.5. Carballo Ben with 2 points, serving to Anderluck and Jedden.
Yeah, and Carballo, a guy that's so consistent with his serve that he can really rear back and fire on that first one, as you're seeing there, and you should see a couple more of those aces.
This ball's tipped by Ben. And, of course, one interesting thing with Carballo moving a little bit too far into the backcourt sometimes. I mean, he was, 4 inches from Ben when Ben was making that catch?
Yeah.
So, here's the serve by Anderluck. Hard to the inside. That's a good catch by Jedden. Carballo from midcourt, low and hard. Ball caught on the forehand of Jedden. Jedden sending it right over Carballo's head. Carballo sets up for the rebote. Goes to the floor to make the save. Here's Jedden from the 10 line. Jedden, nice backhand. Ben tipped that ball back here at the 12 line. This point goes to the 2. Once again, they're going to get their communication straight. They're going to be just fine. Anderluck serves. Carballo took that serve that was absolutely blasted by Anderluck. I mean, no way on TV you got a chance to see how hard he threw that ball just now. Anderluck, beautiful backhand. Nice catch by Ben. Big backhand by Ben. No, Jedden, you got to go for those in the air. You've got to go for those in the air. Jedden saw it coming in. He opted not to go for it. You got to go for those in the air. 0.5. And Ben banging on the back wall to say hi to us, I think. Another good serve by Carballo. Catch by Ben. Rebote forehand missed at the 6 line. 0.5. Carballo and Ben with 4 points, serving to Anderluck and Jedden with 2. Again, this is an 11-point partido, and there are 2 serves. If you underserve or overserve on that first serve, you will get another serve. Good catch by Jedden. Carballo with a beautiful catch, pulling it from the side wall. Jedden hangs in there. What a beautiful forehand by Jedden, played up high. That ball's tipped by Ben. This point goes to the 2. Another blasted serve. Carballo took it. Just laid it up. Anderluck got there, blasted outside. Carballo took that. Carambola return. Ladies and gentlemen, that is what is called a perfect carambola. perfect, because it went just about an inch above the pad. It went into the sidewall and died coming off of the floor at the sidewall.
Didn't even have a chance.
No. That's picture perfect. Picture perfect. Good catch by Jedden. Carballo from midcourt. Good catch by Jedden. He goes deep. Ben from the 12 line. Big backhand by Ben. Robote coming out. Robote forehand by Anderluck. Catch by Carballo. Carballo goes deep. Almost caught by Jedden. Ball went in and out of the cesta. Was coming in hard. Black shirts get the point.
And you were talking about the advantage on the Robote there. Carballo just so much more comfortable on the left side, and Anderluck, a guy that is a natural lefty, surprisingly not that comfortable with it.
There's the backhand by Jedden. Carballo back at the 10 line, makes the catch. He goes deep. Jedden moves up, makes a good catch on the left side. Jedden really doing a great job at making these catches. I mean, great catches. Anderluck reaches in. Nice backhand. Robote coming to Carballo. Carballo 2-all. Split placement, and it splits them to score. Don't get frustrated, Jedden. Another point here to play. Point goes to the black shirts.
I know neither of these teams are going to use their timeouts for the purposes of catching their breath, but you got to think that if Carballo and Ben get a couple more points, they got to use it for momentum's sake.
Jedden, though, is not getting rattled. He's still making these catches on the backhand. Nice. I mean, beautiful. This Robote is coming out hard. Forehand Robote by Anderluck. Carballo steps in. He's got it. Takes a look at Anderluck. Blasts it to the inside. What a scoop that was by Jedden. Beautiful. Ben held on to that. Did not juggle it. Anderluck goes deep. Catch by Ben. Almost. That was tipped. Point goes to the blue shirts of Anderluck and Jedden. They have 4 points. Carballo and Ben have 7. This game is being played to 11 points.
And this serve from Anderluck, if you thought he was throwing it hard before, down a couple points, he's really going to get back there and just chuck it.
Another blast by Anderluck. Yeah, Carballo will go for anyone. He's not going for that one.
Get out of the way.
That was a 1,000-mile-an-hour serve. Ben, tip ball at the 11 line. Point goes to the blue shirts. Anderluck and Jedden with 5. Carballo and Ben with 7. Now, Ben here can't get down on himself. That's one risk with Ben. He can't start beating himself up. Got to shake that off.
Yep.
And understand, no matter who throws the ball, you can catch it. Another hard serve. Carballo takes it, goes outside.
Wow.
Outside placement, which is Anderluck's shot, oddly enough. The outside placement, but Carballo used that. Took it, threw it. It scored. Point to the black shirts. Carballo and Ben with 8. Anderluck and Jedden with 5.
Yeah, good time to switch it up there. You see Anderluck after the serve. He was always running in on a diagonal, so closer to the inside. Carballo keeping it to the outside, scores, and another good serve gets him another point there.
That serve just was, again, I mean, what did we talk about beforehand? I said it was going to come down to the serves with these two guys.
Serve and front court play, and it's been Carballo so far.
Absolutely. It's a good catch by Jedden. Jedden's been hanging in there really well, though. Carballo, beautiful catch. Nice backhand. Jedden makes the catch in the air. Yeah. I'm only saying that because he threw it right over someone's head, and you don't like to see that.
Never.
But we'll move on. So that gets us to possible partido point here for Carballo and Ben. They're the black shirts, receiving with 5 points, Anderluck and Jedden. Good catch by Jedden. Nice throw. Carballo makes the catch. Winds up. Placement to the inside down low. That's a great catch by Jedden. At scores. Way to hang in there. Beautifully played. Point goes to the 2. Anderluck and Jedden now have 6 points. It is still possible partido point for Carballo and Ben.
And again, there's no win by 2 rule or anything like that, so you're going to have to rattle off.
Don't give him any ideas. He's sitting right there. Hard serve by Anderluck. Good catch by Ben. Anderluck flying up, making the catch, holding on to it, trying to get over Carballo's head. He doesn't. That's the split placement. Caught on the left side of Anderluck. Hard backhand by Anderluck. Cortada. Jedden moves in on it, makes the catch, returns it. Carballo from the left side. Nice and hard. Low Robote for Anderluck. He makes it. Good catch by Carballo. Sidearm Karam will score for the win. That is point and partido to Carballo and Ben. And I'm going to say it now. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it now. You want to talk about prognostication? What did I tell you about Carballo? Scott, you're sitting here. You're sitting here. What have I said? If he focuses, if he does what he's supposed to do, if he leaves out the fancy stuff. Do you see that?
Hey, this is great highlight.
This was fantastic.
I mean, if you're sitting at home, I don't care if you've never seen this sport, you got to be on the edge of your chair watching this. As I said, if you're sitting at home, if you're watching this, you need to be on the edge of your chair because this is absolutely amazing.
That was fantastic. I mean, that was really terrific. And the truth of the matter was that Carballo could not be beat there. Carballo, he didn't self-defeat. He didn't self-destruct. He didn't make the sex. He didn't make. Whether or not he does that, I don't know. None of my business. But he didn't make any of those self-destructive mistakes.
Imagine the perfect mixture of athletics, spectacle, and speed. Jai-Alai.
Let's design a Conan O'Brien or Conan superhero.
Sure. Oven mitts.
Maybe there's some steam coming off the mitts because I took a focaccia out of the oven. Oh, a highlight glove in the other one. Would be great.
Have you ever played Jai-Alai?
Actually lacrosse, but it's Jai-Alai for white people.
I'm Johnny Nacho, this is Steve-O, this is Jai-Alai.
Jai-Alai is like handball, only you fling the ball and catch the ball with this basket thing. It's more complicated than that. And dangerous. It's got the same fingerprint as baseball, only better. A special stadium called a fronton. And you can sit real close, which is a thrill because the ball goes 175 miles an hour.
I can serve this pelota almost 200 miles an hour.
Big whoop, that little squishy. Jesus, is this made of limestone?
It's a dangerous game, amigo.
That's called a cesta. It's made of reeds from the Pyrenees.
The ball is called a pelota.
A lightning ball.
Oh, good God.
So the stage is set here for the finals of this exhibition doubles duel here at Magic City tonight. The fourth-seeded team, Bueno and Bradley, the last of the qualifiers, make it to the finals. They'll be playing out of the white shirts of Post 3, so they'll be in those white shirts, and they'll be facing off against the team of Carballo and Ben. They'll be in the black shirts of Post number 5. And this will be a 15-point partido to decide who's going to take it home. Fantasy Jai-Alai. Check it out. We're updating those scores there, so how it's going to work, just so you know who has which team. If you had Bueno and Bradley making it to the finals, you're going to have 3 points in the Week 13 standings. If you had Carballo and Ben making it to the final, you're going to have 5 points. That's just their post number, the number that they're playing under, just to see who has the number 3 team, that's Bueno and Bradley, and who has the number 5 team, Carballo and Ben. In those score predictions are up in the live chat there. We have them noted here, so we'll see if someone will take home $250. Again, you got to have the winner and the exact score right, so it's going to be 15 to some other score here, and we'll see if anyone will take that here coming up in a few minutes.
And Andrew, so the way this is going to work is we'll be watching to see who wins this final partido and then the final score. If you've got the winning team and you've got the exact score, you get the $250. Correct. If we have more than one, if there's a tie, we're going to do a live drawing right here after the finals.
Right here.
And we'll let the audience know who the winner is, and they'll be getting their $250. Hey, I got to tell you guys, I was hoping for a great night. This is better than I had hoped for. And I hope the people watching, if they're 50-year-long Jai-Alai fans or if they're tuning in for the first time tonight, are just enjoying what they're seeing, because this is outstanding stuff.
The speed, the effort, it's all absolutely fantastic to see.
You're a sportsman, aren't you?
Sort of. You like Jai-Alai?
I like the way it's spelled.
Me too. Yeah, with a J. How'd that get in there?
I can handle your workload without any help. Andy Glam, former J. Crew employee. Dr. Dante Octavarius, seahorse breeder.
Kid is hot tonight.
He better be. I got him wheeled in the trifecta.
Shunk Dunkirk, incontinent high-lie instructor. Incontinent high-lie instructor? Incontinent high-lie instructor. All right, I'm calling it.
I'm trying out a new persona. I'm club owner and high-lie enthusiast, Barry Mexico.
What a fun and lazy character name. Was it your first thought?
You know it. Barry Mexico gets down to business.
Andrew, how long? I've lost track. I've been so excited by this, and obviously, I'm not always clear in my head, as most people know. When do we begin this game? How long?
I think we got 4 minutes. We got 4 minutes.
We have 4 whole minutes.
4 more minutes till we get into the finals here. And let's preview this for a little bit. I mean, you've seen the play of Bueno and Bradley. You've seen Carballo and Ben based on their performances there in those earlier games. What are you going to expect here in this final?
Me personally? Well, if you remember, I really don't like being put on. I don't get agitated.
Well, not necessarily a prediction.
No,
just,
not this. I'm saying in the beginning when Scott said, sorry, when your boss says, pick who you think's going to win, and you're all intimidated, and you say, okay, yes, sir, I think that. But no, it's. My position has always been that there are certain players on this roster that if they do what they're supposed to do, if they do what JR and I, what we see they're capable of doing, they're almost impossible to beat on this court. Carballo's got everything. He's got a rebote. He's got a right side. He's got a serve. He's got a rebote on both sides. He's got a costado 2-all. If he's not nutty in the head, which he was not nutty in the head, and yeah, I may have bumped into him when I put the microphone down, went over, and I may have told him how proud I was of him. So, what I'm looking for going into this game is if we see that continued play from Carballo, good communication with he and Ben taking the ball in the air, throwing those really powerful left sides, I don't see how they can lose, with all due respect to Bueno and
Well, two quick
Bradley.
things. In the intro, I called Bueno and Bradley Fire and Ice, which I think was just terrific. And now here they are in the finals, Fire and Ice against the Grinder and the Showman.
Yes.
I mean, it was a perfect setup, actually. And quite honestly, Stu, you're dead on point about Carballo, but when Carballo's playing doubles with someone like Ben, competent backcourter, he can play a different brand because when he's out there playing, honestly, with one of the lesser players here in the way we match him up, he feels like he has to do more. He's going to do the acrobatics, the athleticism, the crazy plays. He can play a little more relaxed. He knows the guy in back is solid.
Yes. There's absolutely no question about it. We saw, I'm so proud of Jedden. I mean, Jedden made some beautiful catches on the left side there. Balls that I don't normally see him catch. Some balls that I've seen him miss in what we just saw before. But he did an absolute fantastic job with that. And Andrew Luck too with with his right side. I mean, it's just beautiful. But Anderson threw one of those serves, what I like to call the 1,000-mile-an-hour ball, knowing that it was the first serve. He threw that ball almost as hard. Easily, if we had a clock on that serve was easily coming in at 120 miles an hour, easily. And Carballo just picked it out of the air like it was nothing.
No, absolutely. There was just some amazing stuff. And it's going to be interesting here just because you have Bueno who, he's pretty chill in the front court. And he is a front courter. And I guess we'll see, how they're going to match up against Carballo and Ben because they're going to have to, in many ways, outlast Carballo.
Outlast them. Now, the thing about Bueno, you saw that 2-all that he threw in the first game? Bueno has got some shots. And if Bueno's able to concentrate, relax, and throw some of those shots, even Carballo can't get to those shots.
Yeah, and I was going to say, based on what you saw there, it's not going to be any sort of catching that's going to be the difference here. You're going to have to kill the point. You're going to have to earn these points against Carballo and Ben. So with Bueno up there in the front and his ability to have those shots in his back pocket, like you said, that could be the difference. And I think we're going to be in store for a really good game here.
It should be outstanding. You guys are going to take it away in about 30 seconds. $2,000, winner take all, 15-point partido. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Now that's for the announcers. How much do the players get?
Your agent didn't cut that deal. I keep telling you, you got to get rid of lefty and hire righty. Come on.
Lefty Moskowitz, the worst. The worst agent ever.
Worst here. And again, people playing that fantasy highlight. If you have Carballo and Ben as your winning team, you have 5 points in Week 13. Go to the Week 13 standings to check it out. I think there's about 30 people or so that had them, so score is going to be really important for Carballo and Ben. And then there are only a couple people that had Bueno and Bradley, so we'll see how that shakes out. But you can check out how many people have it and who's still alive.
In full disclosure, I sent Bueno's father and mother a gift when he was born. So I've known Christopher a long time, and I couldn't be more proud to see him in this partido. I really couldn't. At this point, this partido will be played to 15 points. 2 serves, just like the other partidos as well.
And you get 1 timeout, 45 seconds, and then probably will be used more in these games, maybe then in the semifinal. Carballo's going to start it off here.
There's the serve. We begin the championship partido. 15 points. Carballo, beautiful catch at the 9 line. Big backhand. Flirts with the overhead screen, but stays out. Bueno, 2-all rebote. Trying to thread the needle. It's all right. He's got a lot of points to work that in, but obviously you don't want to give any away. That went off the court. Black shirts get the first point of this 15-point game. Carballo serves to Bueno and Bragley. Bragley does a good job of keeping it away from Carballo on that forehand. Threw it basically at one of the things we say, throw it at your opponent's feet when you can. But that's why. Don't be the opponent throwing it, having it thrown at your feet. Move up on it. Carballo's got on the right side, a little dangerous. Not a particularly good cortado. That was too high. Ben, left side. Here's Bueno from the forehand. Winds up. Back to Ben. Ben moved up on it, just not far enough. He needed to take another step. He would have had that above his waist where he needed to catch it. That point goes to the white shirts, which are Bueno and Bragley. It is 1-1. That's an underserve, but that counts as a first serve, so he's going to get a second serve here. Now, on Thursday, if he does that, he's in trouble. But now it's okay.
Thursday, he's making the walk back to the bench.
Exactly. And for those of you who are just tuned in, remember, Thursday through Sunday, tune in here at Magic City Highlight. Carballo is looking to take that serve, but in doubles, you want to get that serve to the side wall. Bueno did that nicely. Forehand rebote. Carballo's got it. Sidearm carom. Needed to take a little bit more time. He saw him moving to the outside, threw that too quick. It hit the pad. He lost the point. Point goes to the white shirts. Bueno and Bragley have 2 points. Carballo and Ben have 1. That was an absolute beautiful 2-all thrown by Bueno to score. What are we talking about? What do we say? It's going to come down to shots. He's got to kill. Point to the white shirts. Bueno and Bragley have 3. Carballo and Ben has 1. That ball's tipped off the serve. Carballo was going in for that serve. He tipped it. This point goes to the white shirts again. Bueno and Bragley. That's an overserve, but that's the first serve, so he'll get a second one there. Carballo needs to regroup right now. Carballo's a little off. I mean, you could see it. You could see it in his face. Yeah, Carballo's looking a little off from that missed catch off that serve. Ben from the left side. Big, powerful left side. He's going to feed Bueno the rebote. Nice conservative rebote play to the inside nicely. This is a beautiful backhand by Ben. Thank God he did not turn around to look where that ball was going, because he would have caught that right in the face.
Yeah, that's the danger you said there. Being head level.
No, to go for it on the forehand in the corner is never I would do that. There's the hard serve by Carballo. Bragley. What a great catch by Ben. That may be one of the best catches we've seen this evening. Nice rebote save. Just keep it in play from Bueno. Bueno looking for the 2-all, moves to the outside. That's a great catch by Bragley. Carballo, mid-court. He hopped. He didn't have to hop, and he tipped the ball. Point to the 3. Bueno and Bragley have 5. Carballo and Ben 2.
Yeah, it gets a little antsy, when he starts to jump there. It really has to settle down here.
About. Ben moves up to make that catch. Powerful backhand. Feeds Bueno the rebote. Rebote save. Ooh, Carballo let Ben know a little late that was his ball. Great catch by Carballo. Powerful backhand. Low rebote. Bueno takes it. Missed it. 0.5. Don't beat yourself up. Regroup. Concentrate. You got to catch the serve. Bueno and Bragley have 5. Bueno and Bragley have 5. Carballo and Ben have 3. Under serve. This will be the second serve. There's a good serve by Carballo. Bragley comes over the top. Carballo. That was a difficult pickup. That was Ben's ball. Ben's got to let him know. Got to call him off. Got to call him off.
Yeah, running out of points here. May want to start thinking about using that timeout and talk about it, maybe settle down here.
Yeah, he's got to regroup. He absolutely has to regroup. In the practices, this is usually when I pull him off the court for a second. What a catch by Bragley. Look at that vertical that he went up. Carballo with a beautiful, beautiful catch. Bragley again. Big backhand. Again, Carballo letting Ben know a little late that those are his balls. Same thing there. Bueno made a nice rebote save. Carballo. You could either throw it hard or you could throw it soft. He went for hard. It went off Bragley's cest and it scored. Point goes to the black shirts. Carballo and Ben.
Yeah, at that point, you definitely saw Carballo lay off a little bit, tried to go for it, gave it to Ben, maybe a little bit late. Good concentration there for Ben to stick with it, got them the point there.
Communication's important, but the timing of that communication is important as well. That ball was tipped. 6-5. It's another hard serve by Carballo. Good catch by Ben. Here's Bragley. Big right side by Bragley. Caught by Carballo. Almost ball tipped. You can absolutely see it in his face. Juan Ramon Arasate was just commenting as he's keeping score here. We need Carballo to regroup here.
Yeah, certainly for all the people that had him in fantasy as well then.
Carballo calls for the rebote. That's a beautiful rebote. Nice and high to the inside. Great throw by Bueno. Here's Carballo. He blasts it. Bragley catches it. Hard throw by Bragley. Carballo back in there at the 8 line. Nice backhand. Taken in the air by Bragley. Here's Ben at the 11 line. Ben from the forehand. Good catch by Bragley. Bragley over the top. Good communication there. Gave him plenty of time to know that was going to be his ball. Here's Bragley. Ball taken in the air by Carballo. Beautiful backhand. Rebote coming out to Bueno. Bueno 2-all rebote does not cut. Carballo's on it. Blasts it. Bragley catches it. Returns it. Too low into the pad. Bragley's got to take some time and make sure that he's got control of that ball before he lets it go. You do not want to see... You don't want to see someone miss the front wall on a backhand.
Yeah. That one low into the pad. That pad, it's just like hitting it to the net, and tennis doesn't even give you a chance.
And again, training. This is part. We're seeing fantastic highlight, but we're seeing fantastic highlight from players who are in training, who are in their third year. Some of them are in their third year of training. Some are in their second year of training. Beautiful serve by Carballo. Bragley, big right side, taken in the air by Carballo. Carballo goes deep. Beautiful catch by Bragley. That's a tough catch by Ben. Big backhand by Ben. Caught in the air by Bragley. Long cortada by Bragley. Very nicely played. Carballo catches it nicely. Here's Bragley again. Ben from the left side. He goes deep. Great catch by Bragley again. Carballo backing up. Makes the catch on the forehand. Hard to the inside. Ben on the forehand. Ben comes over the top. Bragley from the 11 line. He comes over the top. These players are getting a little tired. What a hard backhand throw. Feeding Bueno the rebote. And there's a swing and a miss on the rebote at the 4 line. Point goes to the black shirts, Carballo and Ben.
And look at this, guys. Now we got a 7-7 deadlock here.
starting
black
from scratch,
team,
basically.
Black team crawled their way back, and you're starting to see a little bit of fatigue, I think, on both sides. These are long points.
Yeah, I was going to say at the beginning as well. I mean, Bueno came out of the gates throwing a 2-wall there, and now guys are just rallying, backhands, forehands, back and forth there, trying to rest and get a second opportunity
they're all
they
huffing.
can.
No, you can see them right now. They're all huffing and puffing, which they should be. They absolutely should be. They're playing their asses off, period. We're on YouTube. We could say that, right?
You can say that, Stu.
Okay, thank you. All right. No.
You're announcing your ass off, Stu. They're playing their asses off.
Okay, good. Producer said I could say that. Beautiful throw by Bragley, and ball came off of the sidewall. That was a particularly difficult catch. That's why he missed it. Point goes to the white shirts of Bueno and Bragley. It is now Bueno and Bragley with 8, Carballo and Ben with 7. Ben from the left side. Big backhand by Ben into the corner, out at the sidewall. Beautiful forehand rebote turned by Bueno. Another big backhand by Ben thrown beautifully. Here's Bueno. Another fine forehand rebote by Bueno. Lower, harder backhand by Ben. Everybody had to get out of the way. Interference. The point will be replayed. Once again, interference. The point will be replayed.
And just to clarify for audience, interference occurs when a player is attempting to get to the ball impeded by another player and then appeals to the referee.
Exactly.
You saw that they have to put their hands up. That was the key. Ben put his hands up. Bradley right in the way of his forehand. That's why we're replaying it here. Bueno serving again to that team of Ben and Carballo.
Ben from the left side. Hard to the inside. Bragley with a great catch. Powerful backhand. Rebote's coming out to the 6th line. Carballo's on it. Threads the needle low and inside. Bragley was there. What a scoop by Carballo. What a hard backhand. Low rebote. Bueno goes to the ground. That was beautifully played by all 4 players on the court just now. Point goes to the black shirts, Carballo and Ben. They have 8. Bueno and Bragley have 8. Hard serve by Carballo and a beautiful catch by Bragley. Rebote left side, hard to the inside. It's going to go off the side of Bragley Cesta and score .5.
And that's great. That team of Carballo and Ben have clawed their way back now. It was 6-3 they were down. They've rattled off, I think that's 9 of the, they got 6 of the last 8 points there. Well done.
Another hard serve by Carballo. Good catch by Bragley. Carballo takes it for himself on the left side. Bragley, tip ball at the 12 line. Point goes to the black shirts, Carballo and Ben. Bragley showing a little bit of fatigue. He's looking a little fatigued.
Yeah, a little fatigued there. He was catching everything at the beginning. And
Bueno picks the serve, a hard serve. Hard backhand. I think he wanted to throw a shot there, but just it was enough that he made the catch. Rebote for Bueno. He makes the save. Bueno playing with a lot of discipline here. Bragley reaching way up to make the catch. Carballo wants to get in there. Ben comes up with a fantastic catch on the right side. Here's Bragley with a hop. Hard throw from the forehand. What a catch by Ben again. Ben has made 2 spectacular catches in a row. This one's low and hard. Carballo's there. He goes deep. This Rebote's coming all the way out to the 3 line. Turned beautifully by the left side of Bueno. Ben again. Here's Bueno. Takes it in the air. He goes deep. Ben not letting it go to the Rebote. Returns it to the right side. Keeps it away from Bueno. Gets it to Bragley. Ben again. Bragley moved around him. Ben completely unaffected by that motion. Here's Ben again on the backhand. Big backhand by Ben. What a beautiful backhand that was. 2-all by Bueno. Scores.
Wow.
What a point. Arguably the best point of the night. That was absolutely beautifully played by everybody. Excellent play by Ben. Excellent play by Bueno. He saw his opportunity. He threw the shot. Carballo and Ben have 10. Bueno and Bragley have 9. Remember, this is not an 11-point partido. This is a 15-point partido.
No one better at that 2-wall Rebote than Bueno. Shows you a perfect example there.
Low, hard, powerful backhand and a great catch by Bragley. That's a great catch by Bragley. Carballo takes it on the forehand. Low and hard to the inside. Bragley's there. Ben on the left side. Powerful backhand by Ben. Good catch by Bragley. Bragley goes for a Cartada from the backcourt, and Ben stopped it. Ballsy shot by Bragley, and an even better catch by Ben. Carballo winding up. That's it. Change up. Soft to the inside. Not soft enough, because Bueno got it. Carballo
Oh, my God.
reached up, made a fantastic catch, and Bragley stopped at the 12 line. Slow things down a bit here, guys. This is just getting a little crazy. Nice backhand throw. Robote coming out. 2-all Robote rifled, scooped up by Bueno. Karen by Bueno, scooped up by Carballo, and it's going to score.
That best point maybe in the history of Magic
Holy shit. Did you see that?
I hope you're enjoying this at home, folks.
God. What a point. That was fantastic. 15.
Wish we had the replay. If that was game point, that would have been crazy.
A little confusion on the court.
They won.
This one's played to 15.
No, 15.
This one's played to 15.
Hang in there.
What a point.
I was going to say, did they know if that was going to be the last point? That was.
I hope he's got 4 points left in him.
The regulars that tune in can chime in there, probably in the chat, and say just how different that play was. Wow. Just wow.
Hard serve by Carballo. Here's Bragley. That came in right up against Carballo's legs. A little too much. Point goes to the 3. Point goes to the white shirts, rather, of Bueno and Bragley. They have 10 points. Carballo and Ben have 11 points. 21 points have been played in this game so far. There's a serve by Bueno. Carballo was looking to take that in the air. Decided to let it pass to Ben. A beautiful backhand by Ben. Ben, this one goes in and out of the cesta. Point goes to the 3. It's all tied up at 11-11 in this 15-point game.
4-point partido here.
I hope Carballo, thinking that it was finished, didn't screw him up. Great catch by Carballo. Hard to the inside. Wow. Almost hit himself with the ball. Here's Ben from the 11 line. Big right side. Bragley from the 12 line. Great catch by Ben at the 11 line. He comes over the top. Bragley from the 11 line. Backhand. Ben will take it on the forehand. Good catch by Bueno. Robote left side by Carballo, thrown beautifully to the inside. Bragley's there. Carballo had it on the forehand and just dropped it. Point 3.
Yeah, you got to say, you sometimes see in sports those early celebrations.
Bueno and Bragley with 12 points, Carballo and Ben with 11. It's not even so much early celebration. It's just I can relax
mentally,
now.
Hard to recover.
Big backhand by Ben. Powerful backhand by Ben. Wow, did he throw that.
It on that left side.
Beautiful forehand Robote right to the corner. That is picture perfect, and a swing and a miss on the Robote. This point goes to the white shirts of Bueno and Bragley with 13. Carballo and Ben have 11.
Ben and Carballo, they can take a timeout, maybe have a little too much pride. I know in the couple partidos before they
really
didn't want to, but this would be...
they need to take a timeout and regroup. That's an over serve, but it's a first serve, so they'll get a second serve.
Yeah, don't know why guys are reluctant. It's a source of pride for some of these guys. They don't want to admit that they're tired, don't want to call a timeout, but this would be...
When we're practicing, though, they just don't do it. They just kind of go until they're... And then they stop, so it's... Carballo going for the serve, tipped at this point, goes to the white shirts, and that gives... It's 14-11, and that is possible partido point for Bueno and Bragley. Here's Ben. Nice backhand. Catch by Bragley. Ben on the backhand. Ball tipped. Point goes to the black shirts.
Hang it in there. 14-12.
14-12. It is still possible partido point here for Bueno and Bradley. Carballo and Ben have 12 points. And Ben is asking for a timeout, and that's exactly what they need. That is exactly what they need to do.
Great
Sometimes
decision.
I just want to crawl through the window and just start banging my hands and just say, take a timeout or change something.
So again, if you have the team of Carballo and Ben, unless you had the score of 15-14, maybe someone out there had that score. That's the only way. If you had Ben and Carballo, you could take home that $250 for the fantasy. Bueno and Bradley, a little more interesting there. When Bueno and Bradley, I mean, this is, it gets interesting with these fantasy points here. You got to predict the final score. So someone could have 15-12 out there. They're just hoping for this game to end. Someone has 15-13. They're hoping to extend it. Someone maybe has 15-14. So if you had less than 12 here,
or would you pay $250 to see this go down to
1 point?
To 1 point.
It's been a great game. Absolutely spectacular. We're ready to go here again.
Carballo serves. Good hard serve. Bradley's there. Ben comes over the top. Good catch by. Here's Carballo from the forehand. Throws a carom. Bueno stops it. Returns with a carom. That is going to score for the win. That is how you win a partido. That was beautifully played. An absolutely fantastic game played by both of these teams. Wow. Just beautiful. And the greatest degree of enthusiasm coming from the other players.
And you got to say, I mean, the crowd was great. The guys out there really showing their appreciation for their effort out there. But some of those points in that final games, too, that final partido, were the best we've seen out here. And that was just a great showcase. Accomplished exactly what you wanted to see these guys do. They have really improved. I mean, as you said, 3 years of experience, the most experience these guys have out here. And they just gave you an incredible product there for an hour and a half. And I can safely say, by far the best doubles play I've seen at Magic City, maybe even some of the best play we've seen here in my time.
I don't think there's any question about it. Again, for those of you who are new to this program, we're in year 3 of this program. These players train from scratch to play on this court. Short court highlight, very fast, fantastic effort by every one of these players, each one having different strengths and weaknesses. And what we saw there was, we talked about it beforehand. We said if Bueno was able to execute some of these shots that we know he can throw, he could win this thing. And not only did he execute those shots, he executed them well, and he executed it to win.
Yeah. Just a perfect combination. And I was going to say front court experience. That was the big key that I was talking about coming in. And the guy that had the most experience in the front court, Bueno plays up there when we have our regular doubles. He had a couple months of experience there, proved to be the difference. He was great out there, and you don't know how that early celebration may have affected that team of Ben and Carballo, thinking that the game is over mentally. You know, it's a little tough to recover from that.
No question about it. Sure. So Scott.
Yeah. So
Scott. So since you brainstormed this whole thing, I was expecting to have the week off, right?
Hold on. We got Chris Bueno coming in here. This is great. Hold on, Chris.
Hold on. I want to say one thing real quick. Hey, this is for my son CJ, who's at home probably watching this, man. That was for you, man. I love you, baby. I'll be home in 30 minutes.
That's why I love Magic City Highlight.
Yes, you're not going to see that anywhere else.
No, you're not going to see it anywhere else.
You're absolutely not going to see that anywhere else.
Outstanding.
You want transparency? The guy's letting you know when he's going to be home.
He's telling his wife so she won't get worried. He'll be home in about half an hour. The traffic should be light on I-95. I mean, this is fantastic. It really is. This is Stu, you know, we were pointing towards this U.S. National Championship, and then we decided to have this tournament, and we've been battling through COVID, and we had a couple of guys, obviously, who couldn't play in the tournament, who normally would have been in it. We put these teams together. We thought we had 5 very evenly matched teams. I don't think anybody really, amongst the 3 of us, or JR, thought that Bueno and Bradley were going to win this.
I didn't call it.
They played just amazing. And, you know, I mean, that was sort of an on-the-spot thing about fire and ice, but you really have the guy who throws the hardest. You know, like you said, Bradley, his form, it's not pretty, but nobody throws the pelota harder than Bradley. And nobody's as an accomplished front courter in this entire roster, I believe, than Bueno.
Yes. There's absolutely no question that as you see these guys playing to the strengths and weaknesses that we see in the practices when we're just standing here and watching them practice and throwing it over and over and over, that the repetition that Jai-Alai is known for. Why do you train over 3 to 5 years? You do the same thing every day. It's through that repetition you learn what the strengths and weaknesses are, and then you're able to bring it here on the court. But what it doesn't account for is the effort.
No,
the effort that we saw, the effort, the intensity. We're now seeing communication. We're seeing these players mature, and this is not something that people who watch Jai-Alai get a chance to see. You don't get to see the maturation process that takes place as someone's learning how to play this game. You get to see that here at Magic City. You don't get to see it. You don't get to see it elsewhere.
No, and let's talk a little about the human interest side. So you've got Chris Bueno, whose dad, Benny Bueno, one of the greats of Jai-Alai. Chris has a T-shirt business. He was a ball boy at one point
at Miami Jai-Alai.
Yeah. He never played professional Jai-Alai. No. This was not in his life plan. All of a sudden, Benny reaches out to JR or to you and says, "Hey, can my son, try out?" Comes out here, great kid. You got LA. LA's a high hurdler from the University of Miami who 2.5 years ago couldn't pronounce Jai-Alai. If you've seen Magic City Hustle, and for any team, the backcourt played the backcourt, the front court played the front court. LA did everything you should do as a backcourt, and Bueno did everything you should do as a front court, and they prevailed over what we could say better individual players.
There's no question about it, and we can't say enough about Ben. I mean, Ben played. They didn't win, but Ben played absolutely fantastic. He made beautiful catches. He made tough catches. He threw harder than even we've seen him typically throw, and he's been throwing very hard. And Carballo, look, what do we say beforehand? It's like if he didn't, I'm not going to call that a self-destruction because I don't believe it was.
No,
he lost his focus.
Yeah,
and it was evident. And that's fine. That's what happened. When he's on, he's on. It's a mistake of experience. JR's here without a microphone.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Should have called a timeout. We're not used to calling timeouts.
Now, Andrew is going through all the fantasy scores to see who picked Bueno and Bradley, and then he's checking to see what the final score was.
Yeah, give us a couple more minutes here. We know we already have a couple. We have at least 2 winners here. Just give us a couple more minutes. So we will be having a live drawing, so make sure to stay tuned.
Well, we're gonna stick around here.
Oh, hi.
No, we're gonna stick around until Andrew
you told
figures
me that we
out.
weren't going to be on camera.
It's all good. It's all good back here. All right, Andrew's figuring out, and we got Andrew on the spot here because he's trying to see how many people
there's a camera
had.
on you, so try not to screw anything up. All right.
We got the camera.
We had a tie, so I think there's multiple people with Bueno and Bradley and the correct score. So we're going to wait until Andrew figures out how many players there are that have the exact correct score and the right team. And then we'll draw one winner for $250. While we're waiting, Stu, look, a lot of people tuned in. A lot of new people we know tuned in.
Yes.
Listen, we're back playing Jai-Alai. We play Thursday through Sunday.
Actually, let's go just real quick. Thursday, 12 and 4. Friday, 12 and 4 p.m. Saturday, we make it a little bit later. It's 4 and 8 p.m. and Sundays at 12. That's our schedule.
And you're going to see about 18 guys playing Jai-Alai. Next week we'll be playing 9 singles games in each performance, and probably the same thing the week after, and then we play some doubles. You see a lot more players than you saw tonight. This was a showcase exhibition night for us to let everybody see what Magic City Jai-Alai is all about, and I feel fantastic about what we showcased tonight and what people saw, and hopefully they liked what they saw and they'll tune in and they'll play Fantasy Jai-Alai, because Andrew, when he comes back on, or Stu, maybe you can explain about the Fantasy Jai-Alai, that they can make their picks, and it's a $100 cash prize. And if we get up to 200 people, it'll be a $200 cash prize. And we're just going to keep growing this thing because it's fun.
And then in addition to that, it's the standard parimutuel wagering that it wasn't taking place tonight. But yeah, if you're a parimutuel enthusiast who knows what a trifecta, Quinello, WinBet is, we have all that here. We have the craziest bet, the entire craziest bet in professional Jai-Alai that you created, the high five with its $2,000 guarantee. So yeah, no, we've got some fantastic stuff for everybody.
All right, we're going to get an update from Andrew, I think, here about where we are.
Yes, so 15-12 was the final score. The winners with that team of Bueno and Bradley. So looks like we got two guys, Thomas Shurko and Almorza. Those are the name of the two.
Almorza was a backcourt player.
I think Almorza is probably a last name, but that's all. We got Thomas and we got Almorza here. How are we going to do this final draw? We got a hat or we got something here?
Anyone have a coin? We were going to flip a coin.
No, coins are in shortage. Haven't you heard? You're not watching the news?
I don't have a coin.
There's no coins.
If we had juice here, we could flip juice, but he's not here tonight.
I can flip a bottle of Elite.
We have this responsible gaming chip here that fell off of my keychain.
Nothing better than at a pari-mutuel facility promoting responsible gaming.
Let's promote responsible gaming here.
Do we have a heads and a tails?
We got a heads and a tails.
Well, what's heads going to be?
So heads is going to be the 888 admit it.
Okay.
So that's important.
So that'll be Thomas. Thomas is 888
admit it. Almorza is going to be the other side here. So we're gonna flip it. Someone want to? I don't know how to flip a coin here.
Okay, here we go.
Scott, you got it.
All right, so let's just so if it's this 888 admit it, that's going to be Thomas, and if it's Almorzo, that lands on the less able to read backside of the coin. All right, so here we go. We're not going to catch it. It's whatever it lands on.
And you throw it near me with no reading glasses.
All right, no one can read here. Everyone needs glasses. What do we got? Almorza takes home the prize.
Almorza takes
live
home
here
the
on
prize.
the Highlight Channel.
Live here. How about that? Congratulations.
Flipping a 888 admit it so that you bet with your head, not over it. We're gonna get the winners. Okay,
and
fantastic.
That's big Al Almorza. Congratulations,
Requesting
you are the winner.
So what do you want me to do?
Of the $250 for this fantasy contest, we will be in touch with you to get your information.
Big Al took the $250.
$250.
Outstanding. Congratulations to Big Al Almorza. Thanks for everyone who tuned in and watched. I think that now we're going over for a quick word from the winners. Chris Bueno, L.A. Bradley.
A presentation of the,
outstanding. Well, they're actually getting presented with the board that took us from the knockout round to the semifinals to the finals. They asked me the other day because we were talking about this, and I said $2,000 winner take all, and they said cash. No, check. Check. So they will be receiving their checks. Winner take all. This team won $2,000 tonight. We're taking some photos out on the court. Andrew, you wanna pick it up from here?
Yeah, we'll take it from here, Scott. Thank you very much. We've got the winners here, the team of Bueno and Bradley. Going to see if we can maybe switch up the view here on the camera, but we're getting some pictures of the winning team there. $2,000 going to these guys. Played their butts off today against some pretty stiff competition. They were the number 4 seed, the number 3 seed. So they were the second to last team to qualify, taking it all the way. Look at that camera view. Yeah, up top right corner there, guys. That's a great little camera view, one that we don't really utilize here at Magic City. You see there the doubles duel board, the two winners. That's Bradley there on Stu's left, Bueno on his right. 15-12, the final score of that final partido. And again, Big Al Almorza, you are the winner of that fantasy contest, $250. And again, we have fantasy during our regularly scheduled highlight as well. We're off this week. We're supposed to have that U.S. National Highlight Championship. That was postponed. That's why we had this special doubles exhibition for you all. We'll be back with our regular schedule next week. We go Thursday, 12 p.m. and 4 p.m. Friday, 12 p.m. and 4 p.m. Those are going to be, hopefully, we're going to go back to our 9-game performances. Going to get some 6 singles games. You got 3 doubles games mixed in there. That's our usual schedule. 2 performances Thursday. That's 12 and 4. 2 performances Friday, 12 and 4. 2 performances on Saturday, 4 and 8 p.m. And then we close it out with the Sunday matinee at 12 noon on Sunday. You see the winning team there celebrating their victory in the first ever exhibition doubles duel. And while we have a couple seconds here to close it out, Stu is just talking to Ben, saying he played excellent. Takeaway, I mean, nothing to be taken away from these other teams out there. I mean, Ben, Carballo, Jed and Anderlecht, I mean, all these guys, great effort, played really, really well, and we're going to have a great end of the season here. I just explained that we have our regular schedule, 2 performances Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then 1 on Sunday, so we'll be back here next Thursday for a regular schedule. We hope the people that maybe joined us here for the first time liked what they saw. I mean, I surely did. I'm kind of at a loss for words. This was the best we've seen. It was really great.
This was terrific, and we really appreciate the support. With those of you who tune in every day, for those of you who comment in the comment section, in the live chat on YouTube, we appreciate all that. We really appreciate your support. It's a young program, and it's a program that's going to continue to grow. It's absolutely going to continue to grow.
I think we're all good, Stu. I think
I have a sign off that I usually say.
We've got a sign off.
Are we ready for me to do the sign off?
I think we're ready to sign it off.
All right. So because I should have memorized this after all this time, but no, it's written down here. It's wrinkled around the edges, and that, ladies and gentlemen, will do it for this very special Partido performance of Live Jai-Alai in the Magic City on the Jai-Alai channel. We're glad that you chose to join us this evening and invite you to join us again on Thursday when we'll play 9 action-packed games at 12 noon and then again at 4 p.m. We sure hope you enjoyed today's Jai-Alai action at Magic City. Please like and subscribe to the Jai-Alai channel and let us know your thoughts and any questions you might have in the live chat when we're playing live. On behalf of the players, staff, and management of Magic City Jai-Alai, we thank you for joining us, and we hope you would join us again on Thursday p.m. when we return. Thursday at 4 p.m. No, 12 p.m.
12 p.m.
See? Even reading, I screw it up. When we return with our regular schedule. Goodbye till we can see you back here at Magic City Jai-Alai.